Yo my peeps, welcome to the channel. If you're new, press that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to be doing a little series about the most hated football players in the world. The media has created this image to make this guy look like the biggest villain in football. We're talking about the one and only Neymar. We're talking about Brazil's second all-time top goal scorer of national football. A guy that's part of possibly the best trio of all time. Talking about him, Messi and Suarez. Champions League winner. When Messi and Ronaldo were at the peak, he finished joint top goal scorer with them in the Champions League. Maybe never reached the Messi and Ronaldo type of level, but being just under them does not make you a flop. Media's created this narrative that Neymar basically ruined his career. We're talking about a young guy who had all the expectations put on him at such a young age, went to Barcelona and was incredible. Got better and better every season. His time came where obviously every young Brazilian's dream is to win a Ballon d'Or. At Barcelona, he had won everything. Personally, for me, he shouldn't have left. But I don't even think if he stayed as well, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. Even if Messi would have tried to help him, the greatness of Messi still would have always made him win the Ballon d'Or anyways. There's just levels to it. It's just that he had one guy that was just levels above him. That's all it is. Because again, we're talking about the statistics these guys were hitting when I'm talking about Messi and Ronaldo. 50 goals a season. Now, Neymar had one season where he hit 39 in the Ballon d'Or ranking. I don't know if he finished second or third. I don't even want to talk about stats, because if we talk about stats, we're talking about a guy with 416 plus goals in his career. 30 years old. Like, that is a madness. This is not a striker. This guy is a winger, playmaker. Now, going to PSG, I understood what the project was. Talking about the highest paid player in the world. A project built on him. This is a PSG team that obviously had owners who are dying to win the Champions League. How are we judging him based on a Champions League? A Champions League he's won, by the way. Yes, by not being the guy, but that season they won the Champions League together. Neymar was the second best player in the world in that season. If you want to talk about statistics as well at PSG, it's unreal. Now, the only issue with PSG is he's had injuries in every season he's played there. But if you actually look at his stats, it's ridiculous. Like, first season, I think he had like 28 goals in 30 appearances. His stats are really great. It's just that he missed a lot of games, which comes down to injuries. You know how Neymar plays. He brings that skillfulness to the game. Yeah, I can say that at PSG, he almost did it. PSG went to the semis. They've gone to the finals. If PSG won the Champions League, people were saying Neymar would have won the Ballon d'Or. Like, he lit it up. But again, this is the media. They hate this outgoing guy, likes partying, enjoying his best life. With all the money he's earning, people act like on the pitch, he's not trying to do a madness. Yeah, there's games where he could have done better. There's games where any player could have done better. I'm not saying Neymar reached the height because everyone thought he would take over for Messi and Ronaldo. But in this era, Neymar comes third. After Messi and Ronaldo, Neymar is there. If we're talking about just pure talent, he's second. And the story is not really ended yet. I know that Neymar may not ever win the Ballon d'Or. When we go talk about Premier League best players in history, you got someone like Sergio Aguero who never won the PFA Player of the Year. Never mind the Ballon d'Or. Thierry Henry, my favourite player as an Arsenal fan, didn't win the Ballon d'Or, finished second. It's not meant to be sometimes. But when you talk about best players in Premier League history, Thierry Henry's name is always ringing off. But I feel like the disrespect towards Neymar, because it's like pundits are still not used to seeing players enjoying themselves. Like when you see in the NBA, a lot of the players, even when they come to the building, they're all swagged up. You know, there's like personality. They're allowed to express themselves. But in football, you're almost not allowed to do that because they always look at someone else as an example. The guy gets injured when people chop him up and people blame him for being injured. Neymar, let me remind people, at the World Cup 2014, what he was doing for that Brazil team before he got injured was a madness. So he's lit up for his country at international tournaments. He's also won the one trophy that they hadn't won, which was the Olympics. He decided to leave the Copa America, which Brazil ended up winning anyways, and went to win the Olympics for Brazil. People talk about him like he's any player. If we're talking about statistics, if we're talking about trophies won, if we're talking about individual trophies won, if we're talking about what they've done and achieved for their club and country, if we're talking about the brand, the name, if we're talking about what they've done on the pitch, everything. There's a lot of man that cannot chat to my man. Finishing as the all-time top goal scorer in Brazil's national teams, where they've had R9, they've had Pele, Rivaldo and Adriano and Ronaldinho, all these players. I'm not comparing him to those names I mentioned, but when it's all said and done, people will have to respect Neymar. His career is still going. I know it doesn't look like he's going to be at the top for the next 4 or 5 years. It's looking like he might join the MLS maybe in the next couple of years. But the reality is he's got 4 more years at PSG and he's getting paid crazy amount of money. So he might end up staying there and winning titles and winning Champions League. This guy will go down as a legend, whether people like it or not.